E. Part 3 continued, late August 1931, Part 3, late August 1931, Part 3, late August 1931. We are talking about Dalhibity's electricity supply. Well, as I was saying, the cables were overhead from the Cairnley Road, past Cairnley Road. They then went up the moor, over by the greenhouse, the potting shed, to the back of the croquet house, and then across. The wires then did a right angle and went across by the plantation, which, as you might say, was between Dalhibity and the garage and the laundry, and as you might say, were connected with the house by those steps that went up just near the side door. Now, that had been the arrangement, I think, until 1931. I know it was the early 30s. But it was, and I know that it was, I think, in about 11 years earlier, just after the Great War, when something was done, the system was improved so that electric power points were put in, because I know it was in 1920, 11 years earlier, that we first got electric heaters. Well, now, all this was going to be changed. An underground cable was going to be laid, which was going to go right up the road underneath the Bealdside Dalhibity Road, and I think would have gone right up so that places like Netherton Lodge would have benefited from it. And it was about this time that Daddy made, I think, the very wise decision that instead of our electricity going overhead across the moor that way, he would have Dalhibity connected with this new underground cable that went underneath the road. It was an excellent move, because above all things it meant that you were much less likely to lose your electricity supply in bad weather or storms. Now, this meant that some of the buildings, smaller houses connected with Dalhibity, could get electricity. Now, the first place to benefit from this was the croft, and it was about this time that the croft and all the farm buildings got their electricity, so that the Bremners and Lizzie now had their own electric light. And I think I'm right in saying that the lodge would have been connected up at the same time. The only one of the buildings, I think, that didn't get electricity was the bothy. The garage and the laundry, of course, had had their electricity for a very long time. Now, before going on to talk about the extremely eventful month of September 1931, I think the time has come for a little musical relief, which I like to introduce from time to time. Now, I was going to be given from Mummy and Daddy as a present for my 16th birthday, which was now less than a month away, the latest of the complete Gilbert and Sullivan recordings, the new recording of Patience, which was a Gilbert and Sullivan opera I hadn't come across very much up till now. And in order that I might benefit from listening to these records on the amplifier, as you might say, I got this lovely birthday present very nearly a month before my birthday, towards the end of August. Well, the new recording of Patience was a very fine one. I think one of the best they'd ever done. And it's perhaps interesting that this was the last of these recordings which featured Bertha Lewis in one of the main parts. So this had obviously been recorded before that fatal motor accident. Now, I think